All right, ladies, and well, two of us germs. Michael Bridgman here with Content to Cash, and we are doing our office hours on what is it, September the 18th? Oh my gosh, September's over, half over. 2025 office hours, as the five of you that are with me know, is a free for all. You just all talk at once, and we have no idea what anybody's saying. No. We go around the horn here asking what is your biggest, toughest business challenge right now that you are facing, be it marketing, business evolution, product design, offers. Don't ask me about operations. I don't know anything about operations. But if it's on the front side, if it's how to do something and sell it, I'm your man. So we're going to talk about all those things. If you want to dive into Hourglass, if you want to dive into how do I start, getting some of these results? How do I start boosting? How do I start running these ads? All that kind of stuff. Let's open up for questions and find out what you guys have to say. So, but you know what? I want to get everybody to start talking. I've noticed in office hours sometimes it takes us a little bit to get going. So let's share a quick win from the last week to get the mouth moving, the tongue rolling, and the voices flowing. So why don't we start that way, and then people will get their mics open and get rolling. Gigi, we haven't seen you in a few weeks here because you've been traveling around. So why don't we start with you, Gigi?
Okay, so I'll start out with let's see. So I came off of the right after the Tony Robbins event, which is the first time that the first in-person thing that I've had with him, and it was pretty amazing. And the win actually, so I think that that just set me up to like have really good energy. And a win that just happened yesterday is I had a client that I've been working with. He's been in addictions and just having a rough time with committing. And so he set up his girlfriend to meet with me because she was having a hard time with him. And
Hmm.
he bailed on the session, and I ended up working with her. We had 3 sessions, and she broke up with him, which she needed to do.
Wow.
But so it's like it's a win because it's those impacting somebody's life one person at a time, and you don't know where they're going to come from. But
Fabulous.
how awesome is it for him to set her up with me knowing that this was going to happen? Because I actually talked to him yesterday and I was like, you do realize what's happening? And he's like, I know. And he goes, it's probably for the best. So, so new client.
Awesome. Good for you, Gigi. Well done. Well done. So we'll go around the horn here. Mr. Gary G. Win.
Uh, Business wise, wrote up a syllabus for my Rewired for Riches new program
Love that
and
name.
ended up putting together a number of supplemental readings to go along with that. My intention for that is to have kind of a generalized success program and then Rewired for Riches for the business owner, Rewired for Riches for the real estate agent, and
Yep.
same for the investor, same or Rewired for Riches for investors, and then to have supplemental modules. There'll be the general set of modules and lessons that go effectively with Napoleon Hill's The Science of Personal Achievement, and then diving into specifics in separate modules for specific avatars. And I got to do first avatar first, get it going, and then second avatar, and then we'll go from there. So
Love it.
that, and I'm in escrow, so I'm out of here on time. So it was killer.
That's great, buddy. Congratulations.
Yeah, I
Excellent.
accept. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Okay. And Darinka.
Good morning. I guess but my biggest win is I've got all my posts all done up till next Monday because I'm going away for the weekend. It was just spur of the moment. Friend said, would I be willing to go with her to the Fraser Valley because she just needed somebody to drive her car there. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. But then I'm
Welcome
like,
back
oh
to
my God,
civilization, Darinka. Welcome back.
right? But no, so I appreciate the systems in Hourglass is what I'm really getting at. Being able to put that all together so I don't have to worry about it. So that was good that I just like sit down, get the videos done, create the posts, and yeah, and getting more engagement because I've twisted things up a little bit.
Okay.
I just had the idea of making fresh raw food from scratch, and I didn't realize how much work it really is, which is a good thing because then I'm hoping people will see, and I'm really explaining this is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. Just buy what I have to offer. It'll solves your problem. So that was really the point of it all. It was fun, but would I do it again? Probably not.
Right, right.
Yeah. So yeah.
I am writing that down. Dive into the how to so we can show how hard.
And if you don't have a life, then yeah, go for it.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you, Drinka. Well done. Congrats on the scheduling stuff out. Feels good to know that it's just happening and you don't got to worry about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome sauce. Okay, let's go to Michelle and then we'll hit up our invisible lady, Shanna.
Hey, I think my wins are that my videos are starting to post and I'm getting more of the videos done. So we have enough
Mm-hmm.
to keep going.
And then we push go on Monday next week.
Okay.
The big fat go button, right? That's great. Yep, Michelle, it's good to get into rhythm. Find that rhythm and just find
Mhm.
the production. That's how a train gets moving, right? It's one spin of the wheel at a time, and then it can be unstoppable. So awesome. Shanna, how about yourself?
Hi, I'm getting ready to make my video, so I just got out of the shower. That's why I'm invisible. I didn't want to share this with you guys. So, my win though was pretty good. Last night I was at a meeting because I am a volunteer for the Youth Justice Committee in our town, and we were collaborating with the town of Sylvan Lake, and they have a great big honky grant for youth crime prevention,
Mm,
and they want to talk about sending kids up for programs and securing some spaces that would be ongoing for a while, hopefully for a long while. The grant is 2 years, but once we get it rolling, they don't plan to back off of it. So hopefully that will, well, I know that that will work out well because I do have some old ties with them that are in good standing. We've always gotten along well. We just haven't worked together in a while. So it looks like we're going to be working together here right away. So I'm happy about that.
oh, that's awesome. Good inroad.
Yeah.
Excellent. Shanna's getting
Thanks.
ready for more videos, so we're all excited
Yeah.
about that. Woohoo. Great stuff.
Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Well, so now that we've gotten used to turning the microphone on, let's tackle something. Who, by a show of hands here, by a thumbs up or just raising your hand, who's got a business challenge, an hourglass challenge, a marketing challenge that we can unpack and brainstorm about as a group, right? Who's got something that they need to dive into? Yeah, Michelle, fire away.
So what should I be looking at in Hourglass like daily and doing to kind of, since we're just posting the videos now, like I said on our call yesterday, I was looking at each platform individually.
Mhm.
How do I do that in Hourglass and what should I be doing daily in there?
Great question. So once the once the conversion posts are out and working, Michelle, that's when you'll see the most activity inside Hourglass. So we're still probably a few weeks away from effectively launching a conversion post because we need to build up a watch audience, right? So conversion posts happen after we've got about 12, 13, 14,000 strong in your watch audience. And then what you'll see is your conversations tab filling with conversations, filling with people requesting your free thing that you're giving away, requesting the lead magnet. And it's in that space that you'll be seeing those things. So conversations will be key. Um, Organic post data will not show up inside Hourglass. So if you just want to go and check, you guys, like, okay, how many likes did I get on this post? You won't see that inside Hourglass. Hourglass will be able to pull information from the ads that you're running, right? I'll see if I can quickly take a look at my own Hourglass account to give you some uh, spiciness and visuals on this. But Hourglass will be able to show you what your ad account is doing, right? So what its reach is, what it's doing, all that kind of stuff. But it won't show you what the organic level is doing. It doesn't have access to that particular information, right? So you'll be checking it on the daily for conversations, obviously. You'll be checking it on the daily for any type of email responses if you're sending that out, SMS responses if you're sending that out. And that will be what's sitting in there. And then, as I said, you can look up what the ads data is if that's all connected. Let me see here. Reporting. Now, I go into Facebook ad stuff to check all of this myself on the regular basis. But we can take a look. Hello, Philip. Philippa got a haircut. Hello, lovely.
I know, I don't like it. I'm willing it to grow.
That's funny. Okay, so yeah, so I can actually jump over and share what it looks like in my account right now. All right. So this is my account. Um, this is what's happening with my Facebook ads report. Right? So this is essentially a lot of the information that I'm tracking here in this Google sheet that you and I were going over yesterday, Michelle. But a lot of it's coming up in this ads report here as well. And so I just got back to running ads myself earlier this month. And so as you'll see, this report is busy populating. So here's your impressions down in this spot here. And now these are all 24 hours old. So those numbers are actually better this morning, but this data is collected from last night. And so you can see right in here, $56 Canadian brought me 10,230 impressions so far, right? I'm not asking for click-through, so that's why the click-through rate is low. But some of the stuff that we look for doesn't show up inside Hourglass, hence why we do these charts, right? To see, okay, 12,106. See how there's a different number here? This was this morning's number, 12,169. And then this number is 10,230. But you can see this stuff in there at a quick glance, Michelle, if you don't want to get lost inside Facebook's Ads Manager. You can see those things. And then it's the Conversations tab right here where all the emails, right? All the emails, all the text messages, even the bizarre ones like I want to be your friend, all this bizarre stuff that comes in as you grow your brand. Oh, look, Gary's email responded to me, right? So all this different stuff, as you can see, Instagram messages, Facebook messages, email, text message, all of them are all sweeping in the same platform, right? And so that's on the daily, Michelle, that's where you want to check. You want to check your conversations tab. So you're looking there. And then you can check into your reporting tab right here. And you can go to your Facebook ads report. And that will show you some of this stuff. Does that answer your question?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think yes, in terms of like the Facebook stuff, but I didn't know about the like the CRM part of it and all the other parts of it and like just doing the newsletter and those types of things of like what I should be doing daily with that stuff as well. not
Yeah, I mean,
just
if
in
you want to
ads.
go in to your newsletter, right? So if I was to open up your account, my dear, and we go to your pretty newsletter here. So if we go to marketing right here on the left, and we go to emails, right? So now she can come in, Michelle can come in and see what our social media manager is scheduling. So she can see all that stuff. So we got one coming out 20th, 22nd, 25th, right? So she can see that stuff. If we go to emails up here, and we go to templates, there's the Mama Bears template right there. And so here is the template that you can use, Michelle, to send out general emails and just add in sections. Right, so you want to add in another text section, you can just drop it in here, boop, and then start typing, right? If you want to add in a divider so it looks a little bit nicer that way, you can do that, right? This is mostly just a drag and drop tool.
Right. But will I see like if they opened it and like if they commented, do I have to go into the content management thing, or is that part of the conversations?
Conversations. Yeah.
Okay.
Any conversation, SMS, Messenger, Instagram direct message, LinkedIn, TikTok, email, all falls into your conversations tab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you want to use the template, right, you go to campaigns and you create a new campaign. You do the plus here, or you create campaign. And you want to use the Mama Bear template. And then you start creating. Yes, Philippa, we have a raised hand. What's up, my dear?
I just wanted to ask a question based on this similar thing. I've sent out emails before,
Mhm.
created emails and sent them out. Can you reuse those same emails, email design or content again without having to completely create it again from scratch?
Sure,
Because
absolutely.
I don't know how to do that.
So, clone. Okay. So I've now got a draft because I created a new campaign inside Michelle's account. It created this campaign, right? 9:22 a.m., September the 18th. It just did that. Let's say this said September the 10th instead, and we'd sent out an email, Philippa, right? Let's just say
Yeah,
that was what happened. All you'd have to do is come over here and go clone, and it clones it. See? In brackets, it's got a clone.
yeah,
It's the exact same email. Identical. Then you just go in and change what you want to change.
okay.
Yeah. So if you get an email setup that you quite like, right? In our case, we designed a template for Michelle that she can keep reusing over and over. But you can also do that simply by cloning an email that you've designed that you like and use that as essentially the template.
Right.
You
Okay.
can even
Thank you.
take an email that you like quite a bit, Philippa, and turn it into a template.
Okay.
Now, get rid of these so they're not cluttering Michelle's account here. But does that make sense, you guys?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. And if we had sent emails, right, you would be able to go into your statistics and see the sent emails, how many opens, how many click-throughs, exactly who opened, exactly who, clicked through, exactly who might have unsubscribed, any of those things. This is all just sample data so that Michelle, if she's in here, would see an idea as to what this could look like. But if this was your actual account, or if you actually had emails sent, Michelle, you'd see your stats here. Yeah. Yeah. And so what's great about this is it measures click-through rates. It can measure, like, eventually if you get really sophisticated with your email marketing, right? You can even ask Hourglass to tag people as interested if they click through on specific links in every email, right? So that they get put into a different, they get tagged a certain way. So you can search your contact list based on how they're actually behaving from the email. Now that's getting pretty sophisticated, right? As far as what you want to do with your marketing. So I wouldn't recommend anybody do that at the moment, but that is what's possible. Right? Okay. Any other questions, you guys, regarding the Hourglass or email stuff there that Michelle opened up for us? Okay, cool. And listen, you guys, if anybody has a contact list that they want uploaded, my team will upload it for you. Right? So just organize it into a spreadsheet, get it into the tags that you want, and we will upload it. It's no problem. Right? Just to make sure it gets in there and does what you want. We just need a 24-hour period to do it, and then it gets uploaded. Okay. What's next, y'all? Who else has a marketing or business evolutionary challenge that we need to tackle? Could be product related, could be offer related, could be why on earth are my posts not getting the traction that I want them to get related, all that stuff.
I've just got to get myself into gear and get the website for the non-profit finished. So what I've done is the website I created for my own personal coaching. What I've done is I've cloned the pages across to the non-profit. I'm changing colors, information,
Got it.
all that kind of thing. But I'm finding it quite laborious.
Yes.
That's the only thing. I'm procrastinating on it, and I just need to get on with it.
Yeah, once you get into, it's amazing, Philip, but once you get into web designing and doing that stuff on your own, you realize why sometimes websites cost 5, 10, 15, $20,000.
Yeah,
Like, oh my God,
exactly.
there's a lot of work that goes into this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Dorinka and I are both working on our e-commerce sites for our pages, and we're doing that through Hourglass. And
Yeah,
in
but
hindsight, you look back and you go, oh my goodness, I had no idea this was going to take so much time, right? So much effort. It's amazing what it can do, but it's like there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into it, right? Oh, we lost Philippa. Um, okay. Anybody else have any challenges that we can tackle here for office hours?
I did have one question,
Yeah.
and just you may know, is there a way, like I know I'm going back, like I've got Square as the point of sale,
Yeah.
and I know when I take a payment, I know when it'll land in my bank account, etc. Is there a way to expedite Stripe? It seems to take many, many, many days for a transaction to complete.
Oh man, I wish there was. So
Okay,
from what I've gathered from Stripe is that it's kind of a twofold thing, Dorinka. A, the more payments that you get for Stripe, the faster they start to show up, right? As they kind of get used to working your account, the faster it shows up.
okay,
And from what I've been able to gather, the more the combination of consistency and volume of dollars moved increases your level of how Stripe reacts for you.
okay. Well,
And I
that's good.
think it's just that because I'm the same way. Like I'll get a Stripe payment and then it takes sometimes 2 or 3 business days for it to show up in my account. Right. And it just seems to be the nature of the beast that they just take a little. But I do know some people that have Stripe accounts that it shows up pretty rhythmically 48 hours later. The only way that interrupts is holidays for that country or obviously weekends. So that's the only way that changes where the banking does work. Philip is back. Hello.
Oh, sorry about that. My 20-year-old son keeps pinching my lead from my computer, and I don't realize sometimes once I've switched it on and then it just goes.
No, no
So
problem.
forgive me.
Yeah, so from what I gather, I have a couple buddies that process, like six figures in Stripe every single month or more, and they are getting it every 48 hours. They get whatever they got, right? So
All
their
right, thank
Monday
you.
payments show up on Wednesday, that type of thing.
All
It's
right.
never next day, never.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of payment systems that you and I would be used to, it's never next day.
Yeah, no, and that's good, just so that I know. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, it's important for cash flow purposes to figure out when it's coming. Right.
it is. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
All
I
right, thank you.
tell you what's good, Michael, is when I've been building the page or there's something I haven't understood how to do, um, to actually chat to your people, click the
Yeah.
three dots and chat to your people, and they do a video to show you how to do something really, really quickly. I've found that's really been helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anybody's ever stuck on doing anything and Michael's not around, just use that facility because it makes such a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're there 24/7, whereas I am not. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're a great team. And they're I mean, I obviously subcontract them, but they are subcontracted for I think something like 25 to 30,000 go high level accounts now. Right. So they really know what they're doing. They're far more experts than I could ever be. Right. They just see way more of it. So they're the best troubleshooting team in the world for this particular software. So they will help you figure it out. And if you have a problem, they've seen it thousands of times. Right. Okay. What else do we want to unpack, you guys? What else is standing in your way? Not all of you have the businesses that you want right now, so I know there's things standing in your way. So who's ready to be bold enough to throw down on the table what's holding them back?
I'm overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I feel that I should be doing and I'm not doing. And I'm like, where do I flipping start with this? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I just, not only just building the web pages and the landing pages and everything, but knowing what to post, all that kind of thing, and just getting people interested in what I'm doing. That's where I feel overwhelmed, really. I know it's quite basic, but that's just where I'm at the moment.
You know what, Philippa? This is the curse of entrepreneurship for a lot of us, right? As entrepreneurs, we're naturally creative people, and we naturally see problems to solve all over the place, right? Michelle and I were just talking about the same type of thing yesterday, right? That she's brilliant. She could solve hundreds of problems. She's like, "Ooh, I could go do this one," right? And I could add this to this. And it's like, that's great, but you can't do all of it at one time, right? You've chosen to be here, for example, in office hours, as opposed to being somewhere else. We have not, as human beings, mastered the ability to astral plane travel and be in two places at the same time, right? There are some Tibetan monks that are pretty impressive, but
Yeah, I want
the
to say
fact is,
yet.
exactly. The fact is we are confined by time and space. And really what I'm getting at is we're confined by focus. And I'm sitting in a meeting yesterday because even really good entrepreneurs fall into this all the time, right? Even some of the best ones I know and like personally have lunch and dinner with and that type of thing and share wine with, which I'm now starting to drink a little bit of, which is so much fun. Don't do beer yet. The sudsiness, the carbonation doesn't play nicely on the throat, but the wine is okay. But they fall into this trap of being of not knowing what to prioritize. Because when someone has a focus problem, what that tells me is they've got a priority problem, right? Or a priority challenge, let's call it. They're just not sure which to put first because they see all these things connected together and they see it as circular, right? If I see the cart, the horse, the stuff that's on the cart, the driver that's driving the cart, if I see the beautiful backstairs on the back end of the cart, if I see how gorgeous the texture is of the cart, like, Philippa, you're a writer, like you can visualize the whole thing, right?
Yeah, that's probably my problem.
Well, this is what happens, right? Is that we visualize this incredible thing and we go, okay, so I want to start with that image. And it's like, yes, but even if you put pencil to paper, you start on the horse's butt. Like you do start somewhere. The paper is empty and you start somewhere. And what a lot of us run into is that we're not sure where to start because we see all of it at the same time. And we all want it to be done at the same time before we launch something. And so, for those who I had lunch with Keith Lloyd. So some of you know Keith Lloyd because he was here, right? He did his thing. And with one of his clients, this lawyer lady who I was mentioning before that is going to become a VIP client. And it was funny because Keith laid out in the meeting her priorities. Like, okay, she was like, okay, so where should I start? And he said, you start in these 4 places. And I immediately said, Keith, you can't start in 4 places. Like she's looking for a priority list and you just handed her 4 things that she needs to do. You know what I mean? And so even really good entrepreneurs fall into this trap. And so when you're asking that question, Philippa, there is one main place that I would encourage all of you to keep playing in. And it's not a starting point as much as it's just a place to keep connecting. And that is your personal story, your personal why. You will grow tired of telling it long before any of us grow tired of hearing it. And the reason I ask you, or I encourage you to start there, is because A, you know it, so it's easy. You don't have to go studying something else, right? But B, it's the major reason why people actually start to listen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the
Showing
major.
how you're being a product of the product, how the material has
That's right.
affected, changed your life.
And you assemble them in such a way as they're a fable or a parable or a lesson for the viewer, but you're referencing your own experience,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you share those types of stories, and you know me, Philippa, I have said you need to start with video about 600 times, but the fact is that is and I don't know if you guys saw my video that I posted the other day. There's another major reason why personal video is so damn powerful. Right? I use a 5-letter, just to digress for a moment, I use a 5-letter word to tell everybody what marketing's real purpose is. Does everybody remember what that 5-letter word is? Okay, what is it, Michelle? She's nodding.
Trust.
Trust. Marketing is a schmancy business word for trust. And I was talking about this with the lawyer lady yesterday because she's like, yes, I've got to build know, like, and trust. I'm like, you don't have to build the know and you don't have to build the like. I've bought from plenty of people that I don't like and don't know very well. Right? Walked into that dealership where I bought my latest Audi. Did not like the dude, did not know the dude. Right?
Mike, quick,
But I bought the car.
quick question about videos.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have been suggesting to me about this Talk Fusion, where you can do a video of yourself and you send it in through emails. Does Hourglass do anything like that? So we don't then have to pay for different software and do different stuff with it?
So from what I've gathered from Talk Fusion, Philippa, is that it basically hosts the video somewhere and they click a link and it plays inside the email, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a fun idea. It's a cool concept. They are not is Talk Fusion sending the email or do they give you a link to send through your Gmail? I can't remember.
I don't know because I haven't signed up to do it yet.
Okay.
All I know is that you can send the video through email.
Yeah, so here's the danger, okay? It really to me it's threefold. One, those that concept is just as easily applied through any email provider that you have with a YouTube private YouTube link,
Yeah.
right? Or if you go and get yourself a Vimeo channel, or if you go and use Loom, right? All of those things can send, you can grab a quick link, embed the link into an email, and off you go, right?
Mm.
So all of those things can do the same thing. Now, the
It's
tricky
just
part,
people seem to think that like, oh, this is the new magic pill that's going to really help your business or
yeah,
whatever it
but
might
you know that's bullshit.
be.
Is there a magic pill that solves anything?
No.
No, right? But here's so to use an Alex Hormozy story, we were talking about this when we were talking about offers the other day, last week. We talked about offers. Remember, we were talking about what is it? Promise of value, likelihood of achievement, over top of resources invested and time it's going to take, right? And you want the whole equation to equal zero. Anyway, point is that there's a damn good reason why like some diet pill companies are billion-dollar enterprises, and you cannot find a yoga studio chain that's ever done more than about 300 million bucks. Right? We all know that yoga or meditation or some of these other things are way better for you, but diet pills are quick fix. Problem is they just don't work. They just legitimately don't work on the long term. They have consequences. When you leave them, your body changes. Like my dad's a diabetic and he recently tried Ozempic, which he's now getting off of. But he's like, didn't even like it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for him, right? So quick fixes are quick fixes, gimmicks are gimmicks, and you'll see them appear and you'll see them disappear, right? Now, with that concept, what we're really getting at is people like personalized video that's embedded in their email like that. People like that, right? They enjoy it. But you can do the same thing with Hourglass. You can do it through SMS. You can do it through Facebook Messenger. You can embed it into an email. You just need to host the video somewhere because the video memory-wise is massive. You can't
Yeah.
actually email video because it's just too damn big, right? So that's the trick is that um, you put the video somewhere and then you embed the link into the email. And with Hourglass, they have a video um, asset that you can put into your email. And let's say it's a YouTube asset. You put the YouTube link in there, and the actual thumbnail for the video shows up in the email. All they
That's
do
good.
is click it,
Thank-
and it plays.
I'm glad I asked because I don't really want to be spending out on all these different things, learning all these different systems. I think that's where I'm getting a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah. Well, and the other problem, Philippa, is that now you're adding another email server into your company. And so they might respond to your email and it goes into Hourglass. But then if they respond to your email from this other Fusion, whatever it is, right? Then it goes into that email inbox.
Yeah.
And now they're chasing. Now you're chasing it. And not only that, but it's like, and then you respond to them through your Gmail account. And now the email is going through three different places, right?
Yeah, I just want things to be as simplified as possible because as Gary knows, I am a bit technophobic. So I just want to
Hey,
keep it
Philippa,
simple.
you're doing a heck of a job for being technophobic. You're in there building your own websites and you're working Hourglass like crazy. So, yeah. Um, but to get back to what Michelle had said, right? Trust. What is the number one window of trust? What's the thing that when you walk into a coffee shop, right? When you see your friend that you haven't seen for a while, what's the first thing that you are looking at? What's the first thing that happens to build trust?
Eye
Sorry, Gary?
contact.
Yeah, Philippa, you're right. Eye contact. That's right. The eyes are the window to the soul. And you can debate with me if you'd like to, but there is no more powerful tool than looking through a video camera and connecting directly with the person on the other side through the eyes.
Mm.
I mean, yes, we use video to build these Retargeting watch audiences that allow the content to cash marketing system to be an incredibly effective return on investment for ad spend. That's one of the major reasons we do it. But the true reason is that using video, you can actually build trust faster than any other medium. People see you, they see your eyes. You're looking directly at them through the camera. And you can look directly at them through the camera to 10,000 people all at the same time.
I'm going to ask something really brave now. It's just come to me as a intuitive download.
Hmm.
I know I know some of your clients are doing this extra thing they're paying for with like you helping them with the videos, with the branding, with the all sorts of things. Because I don't know how that's going to benefit me and my business, and I will be honest, because of finances as well, that's why I haven't done it. Could you come up with something where you did, like, I don't know, a 7 or 14 day trial with people who are already in the access pass, where they could see how that would benefit them and see some of the results coming in from doing those action steps? So then you might then get more people signing up to it long term, because if they can see the benefit.
Mm-hmm. So,
I'm just putting that out there. I'm not saying,
no,
I'm
I
not.
love the idea, Philippa. If I could find a way to generate results for people in 5 or 6 days, I'd love to do that. So the tricky part is that audiences aren't built that fast. Branding's not built that fast. You know, our minimum for a VIP client is 90 days minimum. And that's because I know it's going to take them that long, A, to get their wheels going and start making videos, right?
Yeah.
Gary and Michelle know all about that. It takes a while sometimes to get that one spinning because people are resistant to it. Shanna, how long did it take you to get your first video to us? Do you remember?
My very first video, probably almost 30 days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then and then it took a little while to get her into rhythm so that we were getting them consistently,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because then
Yeah.
I wouldn't start posting them until I had 6, 7, 8 of them built up. So I knew that we could have a 2 week buffer. So if Shanna got busy or anything like that, we had enough. So to
And that's exactly what would always happen to me. I would go and get all going and then I'd drop it. And then I'd go and drop it, So that was so inconsistent before this.
so Philippa, inside the content to cash back office, you have
Yeah.
got training on how to use all the AI tools. Has anybody
Right.
watched the training on the AI tools yet?
Almost.
Okay. Well, and I mean, Gary, Michelle, Shanna, you guys all paid for VIP access, so you don't need to know that information, right? You're paying my team to do it. Gary wants to know, that's fine. But the fact is that you've paid somebody else to do that work. The access pass people get the tools, and so there's training in there on how to use them, how to build a content matrix. It's right in there. There's like a 5, 7 minute training on how to use the content matrix. 5, 7 minute training on how to use the action script tool. These are AI agents that you go to, Philippa, that you get your content rolling. And the agents are really good. You can go in and just say, how do I use you? And it will tell you, right? You don't have to know very much. It'll say, this is what I need from you. I need your product details. I need your program. I need all these things. It's just going to ask, right? Um, so you've got those things. You have training on Hourglass, where to go, how it works, right? You've got an entire course inside that back hub there called Getting Started with BAMO. BAMO was the original name for Hourglass, but it's the same software. We've just changed the aesthetics. So all you got to do is go in there, like it's got the whole thing in there, right? In fact, I think you've worked through some of that course, Philippa. So all that stuff is in there. The only thing in there right now, which I guess maybe I should do a quick training on this, is how to run the ads themselves. right? And I want that training in there, obviously, so that everybody has access to that. So I will find a time to schedule in, a 30-minute segment to 45 minutes where we'll do a Zoom and I will go in and do that training, show you
Oh,
how to build those assets in there. And I like to do my training with people because I am cursed with knowledge, meaning that I'm going to assume things that I should not assume. And if I have, you know, four, five, six, half a dozen of you in that Zoom with me, you'll be able to ask questions going, hang on a second, go back. I don't know what you mean by that, right? Or show me that again because you move too fast. Or, I have no idea what you just did to make that happen, right? So, those are things that, or that's something that we can get in there and teach. Now, the tricky part with what you're asking me, though, Philippa, to get back to the original question, is that without a existing Facebook page or Instagram page that has activity on it, and without spending, a few $100 on ad spend, those customers or those like trial clients, for example,
yeah,
they're going to get in and they're going to see all the stuff that's there, but none of it will produce results for them within just a few days.
yeah.
That's the
I,
trick.
I see your dilemma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you remind me of the cost of the VIP again, please, so I can write it down?
Yeah. So the cost of the VIP pre-September the 15th was 1,500.
Yeah,
It's now 1997.
right. And that's a month, is it?
Sorry, Philippa?
That's monthly, is it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a very effective system, but it does take some time to spool up. And if I could make it happen faster, I'd love to. Like I mentioned in the messenger group, I don't think I'm gonna have the chance to get all the pieces together to make it happen in the early part of October. Maybe we'll do it in November, but I'd love to do like a 5-day challenge where you know, people film 5 videos, they post them, they get some traction, we show them how to boost the posts so they get the concept,
Yeah,
right? So we could do something like that. But to me, unfortunately, there's no guarantee, Philippa, that those boosted posts are going to do much of anything except get them views, right? Because they won't have had enough time to build a conversion piece that's going to turn those people into leads and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
we can certainly get people views. And if they've got the, you know, $50 to spend per video or the $250 to spend for 5 videos times, you know, $10 for 5 days, they would get a lot of views. That's for sure. So I'd happily do that, but it would be a free challenge for them to attend, but it wouldn't be free to execute,
yeah,
right? Because most of us, the beauty of the content to cash program is that it uses dollars to simulate years of influence building. That's what it does, right? Like when Gary gets his videos rolling, we're going to be spending, $7 a day to get him a couple thousand views a day on his video. That
because
is to basically jumpstart a system that if Gary had been posting rhythmically and building an audience a decade ago, he'd now be able to get 2,000 views a day on everything he posted because he was followed by 500,000 people. But those 10 years are gone. That's not what happened. And so now we're sitting in 2025. We're not in 2015.
Right.
And there's more people out there, more people doing this than ever before. So you need the views. If you don't get the views, right? If you're not getting the reach, if you're not getting new people,
Yeah, getting a couple of new people.
you know what I mean, guys? Like this is the thing is when you go to like if I was to open up my Facebook account and show how this is working right now, because I think this is actually probably pretty valuable. Let me pull this up.
You're posting in Instagram too, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And in Michelle's case, we're posting to LinkedIn too.
That's what I
Dun,
want
dun.
also.
Okay, so if I'm everybody see my screen here, okay?
Yes.
Awesome. So if I go to the ad center, so these are the ads that I'm running right now, right? So 12,256 on this one. If I go to view results,
Wow.
oh, that's a cool new feature. I like that. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm geeking out. Okay. So I can see all this stuff down here, right? Who's watching, what the age range is, and everything like that. And now what I wanted to see was 3-second video plays, right? 7,951, right? 12,256. I mean, the question becomes, has anybody here ever had a post reach 12,500 people organically?
197,000.
There you go, right? Beautiful. Fantastic, Philippa. And can you repeat that over and over again?
Um, I guess so. It depends on what I'm posting.
And that's impressive. 200,000 is huge, right? And is that regarding like the book stuff that you're doing?
That was me and my friend talking about her costumes and talking about history. And
Mm.
we had loads of people sharing it. We used to
Yeah,
do a lot of those a few years ago.
very cool, right? So talking to a specific subject, and was it video?
Yeah, well, Facebook Live.
There you go. There you
Facebook
go.
Live.
Facebook Live, right? Um, and so you can see all this stuff. I was hoping to see why. Mm, okay, let me jump to a different spot here, you guys, because I want to show a very specific statistic. There we go. This is what I wanted to show you right here.
Oh, wow. Non-followers.
Now, why is that important?
That's new people.
That's right. That's right. Right. So this is one of the major reasons why what we do is so important, and the way we do it is so important is that you're getting people that are not following you, right? They
How many
might
of those are
eventually
you
follow
getting
you.
the email address from?
What's that, Gary?
How many of those do you get an email address for to add to your CRM?
None of them to this point.
None of them yet. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of them, even to become a lead, I don't need their email address. Right? That whole concept of sending them to a landing page or a squeeze page where they hand over their name and their email to get something, it's an antiquated idea. It's no
Yeah.
longer anywhere near as effective. You've got to push through 10, 15, 20, 30 times the amount of hits to get that lead that you used to. Because people know what happens as soon as you download the lead magnet, Gary.
As soon as I download the lead magnet,
Yeah,
get something free.
get something free. And then what happens to your email inbox?
Oh, you get pinged.
Yeah,
Spam.
that's right. Constantly, right? They're selling the next thing. They're selling the next thing. They're selling. It's
Yeah.
called,
Well,
Russell Brunson gave it to us. It's a funnel.
right.
Now you're in the funnel, right? So we don't do that. We take them into Messenger instead.
Gotcha.
With Hourglass, you can automate a response via Messenger.
That
So
sounds better.
that's how we work it. And they say, sure, send me that thing, right? And Michelle, we were talking about Michelle's thing stuff yesterday. It could be the word relax, or it could be hormones, or whatever it is that her little freebie is helping them with. In Kat's case, for example, she's put together this really cool little bedtime routine guide to help you cure restless leg syndrome and insomnia and stuff like that, right? It talks about sleep and how valuable it is. It's just a white paper. There's nothing much to it. I'm finalizing the design right now, but you comment sleep, and her team will send this to you, right? But what it is it's Hourglass sending them in direct messenger this thing. And now you've created a conversation. It's not emails back and forth, which are relatively formal. It's an actual messenger conversation. Big difference, right? Darinka has done this a number of times with coupons and discount codes and like free 1 pound product offers and stuff like that. We ran this in August for Just About Pets with a contest entrance. You're entered into a contest when you type the word groom down below. And we had nearly 60 people enter our contest in a few days. So does that, it's kind of a touches on a few different pieces of the system, Philippa, but it's one of the reasons why a 14-day free trial, I don't think would help anybody very much. I think you could do some cool challenge things like how to post videos, right? What type of videos to post a video every day, and this is how you boost them to get more views. Like that could be a fun thing that we could try as a group. We could invite a bunch of people to it. They could all check out how that concept works and then show them how the next evolution of that system goes. That you could do because they'd see views right away. And the other thing too, I'll show very quickly on my page is if I go pardon me. So for Access Pass members, this is specifically important for you. Sorry,
Just
go ahead, Philippa. Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick question. Have you managed to sort out affiliate links for the Access Pass so we can bring in people to join?
I haven't sorted out the affiliate links yet. No, I haven't been focused on that part.
Okay.
I've just been tracking where leads are coming from. Right? Just like I did for you. Okay, so if I go to boost again, let's say. So I'm here, I'm boosting. Okay. So this stuff's all fine. I'm not worried about any of this. What I want to show you is my audience details. This right here. Pardon me. So all those views, right? Look at how specific my audience details are. In Canada, at 152nd Street in Surrey, which is not far from my house, plus 20 kilometers. Minimum age 25, regular age 35 to 55, with one behavioral match. They're all small business owners. So all those views, the nearly 30,000 that we've had in the last 7-8 days, they're all this audience. With organic posting, you don't have this level of control. Right? You want to be geographic specific. So Gigi, for example, if you run something like this, right? If you get those videos rolling, start running something like this, you want to pick a geographic area that you want to target. You don't want to target the world because there's just too many damn people. And, all of us might see your posts once in a lifetime. What you want is within a 30 to 45 day, 60-day period, you want Gary to have seen your videos a dozen times. Does this make sense, everybody? Right? Like Philippa, I would drop a pin in the map where you live and say within 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers of where I live, this is the exact demographic that I want to do business with. That's who I want you to show this video to. And within 90 days, you'll be walking down the street to go get a cup of tea somewhere, and someone's going to recognize you.
I'm waiting for the TV documentaries to come on, and then I'm going to get like a hit of people on social media.
Yeah. Yeah. But does so this makes sense, you guys, how we're narrowing in and we're targeting in exactly who we want to attract? Any questions about this?
Besides the age and the geographic location and the occupation,
Mm-hmm.
can't see how far more detailed do you get?
Me personally, for what I'm doing, not much more. I let people self-select from there,
Okay.
right? Now, what you're offering, Gary, we will get a little more granular. Like when I'm running your boosting your ads, I'm going to get more granular because just being small business owners might not be enough.
Okay.
Plus, there's different rules in the States versus Canada. So
Sure.
when I open up your ads manager, there'll be different things in there versus what
Yeah,
I
and
can
where I'm going, I'm not going to know. Like here in California, I know kind of sort of what's the baseline legal stuff,
Yeah,
and I'm just not going to know in Colorado. So we're going to
yeah.
have to do some more research.
And we don't have to worry too much about that because Facebook's already done the research, so they won't show you what you're not allowed to use.
Okay.
But that being said, we can, in the States, it's actually the targeting is more insidious. You can target by at least you did not that long ago by like what their expected income in the household is and all sorts of stuff like that, which you cannot do in Canada.
Mm.
But anyway, but your particular targeting would be more granular, right? It just so happens that for me, because I'm wanting to talk to business owners, there's an entire category in Facebook ads that are just referencing small business owners. So it's easy for me. I just click the category and it already knows who I'm looking for.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for some of you, it's going to take a little bit more work. Like in Michelle's case, we basically take 50% of the population and we never show them a video. We don't care about them, right? Michelle does not care about the dudes, right? With her posts, she's talking to moms.
Right.
So the fact is that that makes things easier, right? So we put a pin in the map where she lives within 15 miles, right, in a radius. And we say we want to talk to moms, which means women between the ages of 25 and 50, right? 25 and 45 even. And because we're talking specifically mostly to young moms, right? Moms that have, or at least children that are 15 and younger for the most part, right? Or 18 and younger. And, you know, that's exactly who we're targeting. So we can get into how that works um, and dive into those specifics so that her videos, 17, 18, 25,000 views on a video, we know almost every single one of them was a woman between the ages of 25 and 45, and they have 1.8 kids. So the video's not going to people who would never be a client. It's not being wasted on anybody. Right? But that's why knowing your ideal client, knowing what your product solves, knowing how it solves it becomes so important.
Right, Michael, I have just messaged somebody on Messenger who's in my mastermind last night. They were talking about Talk Fusion. I've explained to them a little bit about your system and I've sent them your Facebook profile link. So,
Thank you,
and
love.
I will send you theirs because I
Perfect.
don't want spending out double on stuff.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And the tricky part with softwares like Talk Fusion and things like that, you guys, they're $50 or $30 or $100 a month or whatever they are. And as Philippa put it, you're just doubling up on the payment, right? Will it take maybe an extra 10 minutes to learn how to do it through Hourglass instead of through this other system? Maybe. But the fact is you've already got it. I would invest 10 to 15 minutes to save myself $100 a month every single time. Every time. Right? So any other quick questions before we wrap up our office hours call here, everyone? Gary's grinning away like a Cheshire cat. What are you thinking about there, G?
I'll tell you later.
All right. Um, but yeah, so the whole concept here for those who are at the access pass level, right? So for Philippa, Dorinka, Gigi, and anybody else watching the replay here, right? You want to build that marketing habitat, a series of marketing assets that you're dropping one, two, three videos, four videos into every single week, right? And then you're not simply leaning back and waiting for the algorithm to serve you. That can be almost impossible. You could be here a decade from now and still not get to the 200,000 views that Philippa got with one of her videos. Right? In fact, I know people that have been posting for the better part of 5 years. They don't have 200,000 views in total, let alone one post. Right? And with even my own personal account, I'm spending my personal money, right? I'll easily hit 250 to 300,000 views by the 10th of October. And there's going to be a watch audience from there of people that have watched for 10 seconds or 15 seconds or longer. There's probably 25,000 business owners that watch that long. And I'll simply retarget them with a cool little free PDF. And what happens? You suddenly get 2,000 conversations started in a matter of 10 days. And the automation filters through them. Right?
Quick question, Michael. The VIP client system, does that include the access pass?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all of it.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Think of Access Pass as the IKEA version of what it is that we do, Philippa. Whereas the
Okay.
VIP level is that we just show up with your built furniture and your job is to sit in it
Okay.
and
Sounds
shoot
good.
video while you sit in it. Right? It's the normal thing, right? One version is that it's way less dollars, but way more of your time because you've got to build all the stuff out. We've given you all the tools, but you got to build it. Whereas the VIP is that you're saving yourself a bunch of time, right? But it is going to cost more dollars. The ad spend is there no matter what, you guys. To do what we're doing, you need to earmark the ad spend. So Philippa, it's not just the $2,000. It's also you've got to earmark 300 to $500, right, by the beginning of month two to start pushing your posts. There's
Yeah.
no way around that, you guys. As I said, if you'd built an audience of 750,000 followers over the last decade, well, you invested all that time instead of dollars today to do it. You've got to invest something, right? But what I know is that 99.9999999% of us have never done that. We don't have a 750,000 person audience that we've invested a decade into to build. We don't have it. But we still want results. We still need to market our stuff. So how are we going to do that? Well, we got to use dollars to jumpstart the system. And in 3 years from now, using the system, you might be followed by 750,000 people because you got that much reach. Right? And likely you're not going to want to turn the system off because it's producing like crazy. But the fact is you might get there, but you're certainly not going to get there organically in the next few years. Right? Think of it too this way, you guys, is that the Facebook space, okay, it is digital or virtual real estate. So is the Instagram space. So is the TikTok space. So is the LinkedIn space. And whenever these programs launch, okay, or even something like Talk Fusion They are empty. They are gold rushes. They are land claims. Like it happened in the States and it happened in Canada. As people, as you know, we were, the continent was settled. I mean, Gary can speak probably more eloquently because he knows history better than I do, but they were like, go stake a claim. Literally, put a stake in the ground. This is your earth. You get it for free. Go build shit on it. Like, just go, get out there. The land was free. That's the same thing that happened in Facebook back in like 2007 to 2012. The same thing happened in Google AdWords from 2010 to like, or from 2008 to like 2015. The same thing happened in Instagram when it launched back in like 2013. The same thing happened in Snapchat. The same thing happened in LinkedIn. The same thing happened in TikTok. I've got a friend of mine who was a client, not of my marketing, but a client down at the store for Just About Pets. She had a German Shepherd named Steve. She brought him all the time. Her name is Call Me Chris. She is the most followed TikTok person, or second now, in the entire Canadian country.
Oh.
She does these cute little videos. She was an esthetician, but she's funny and she's pretty. And she starts doing these videos in like 2019 when COVID hit. And woof, she's followed by like 58 million people on TikTok. Something like 41 million people or 30 million people on YouTube. She's now moved to a fortified compound in Texas because of the threats that she was getting. But the fact is like there was a gold rush in these areas where a lot of people that were successful and they still pitch their programs, right? They grew their audiences in the gold rush, in the land claim, when there was territory to go get for cheap or for free. That's over. It's over. These are very mature platforms. The geography has matured, right? Now go try and buy real estate in British Columbia, in the Fraser Valley, right? If you buy a townhouse up the street from where I live, it's $1.5 million. A townhouse, right? Go try and buy real estate in downtown London, right, Philippa? Good luck. So this is the same thing, right? Like, good luck trying to build an organic following on Facebook, even though people are going to pitch you organic strategies all day long. Good luck. Gary's been trying to do it for a couple of years. Philippa's been trying to do it for a couple of years, right? I see you guys posting. You post all the time. And my guess is that your following's gone up anywhere between 10 and 25% in the last 2 years. And your reach, like the actual views, like how many people are interacting, is probably going down. And it's just the nature of what happens when any type of geography matures and solidifies. Right? The whole the borders of your land, as it were, become rigid. And to gain territory becomes difficult. So we rent it because renting it is cheap compared to trying to buy it or earn it in this case. I don't know if that analogy made any sense, but hope it did. All right. Gigi, any final questions here, my dear? You've been awfully quiet over there in Spain. It's like she's not allowed to talk because she's in Spain for some reason. You're muted there, Gigi.
No, I think I'm just the guilt of not posting is like setting in. Oh, like I've got these. I think I have good ideas. I actually just wrote in my notes, like, did you just record something, even if you're not going to do it, just record it.
Well, I don't know if oh, well, you know what? I don't care. Gary, you're going to be okay with this. I'm just telling you, you're going to be okay with this. I will share with you guys the thing that we put out for Gary. So Gary's taking a little bit of time to figure out his product, like his rewire your brain product, as he giggles away about that. But Gigi, to help you, right, go to Content Matrix because this is what it created for Gary in a matter of minutes once I worked the matrix a little while.
Mhm.
Right? I think you've seen these before. You have the AI agents. They're in your back office, you guys. Frustrated with working hard, but have nothing to show it for it. I'm afraid I'll work until I die and still be broke. Oh my God, what a good topic. Like,
I have
if
a
that isn't hitting Gary's ideal client right in the cojones, I don't know what else we could say.
Mhm.
Right? And then you take this piece right here and you go to the AI content or AI action script, you put it in there, and it writes you the script. I honestly, without coming over to where you are, setting up the camera and moving your mouth for you, I can't make it any easier. I honestly, I can't make it any easier. JG, move your mouth. Like I can't. There's nothing else I can do, guys. The AI tools are doing all the work. You post and schedule everything through Hourglass, so you post it once, it goes to all the places at once, right? I post right now to LinkedIn, two different Facebook pages, and YouTube, all in one shot.
I did have an idea last week, Michael, which was quite a light bulb moment. It was either writing a book where you go from being on welfare to seven figures
Mhm.
and action steps. Because when you look at some of these very high profile coaches and they've got the income, they've got the lifestyle, and you don't actually see how they've done it. And what I want to create is my journey in that and showing how I've done it over a period of time.
Philippa, you
Because,
beautiful soul.
but I'm like, how do I do that? So I put some prompts into chat GTP for
Sure.
chapters for the book and everything. And I was thinking about when Fatima used to say to us, give away 52 things a month. I've been doing that ever since, giving away things and seeing what comes back, using like the Secret to Money app, the Think Up app, all of those things, and just putting these ideas into chapters and to help people.
So I love it, but I want to warn you, don't fall into the trap that you need a new product.
Okay.
The product isn't the problem.
Product is me getting my ass out there and
Well, this is what I'm getting at, you guys. We
yeah.
have to stop. Like most of us, and I get it. We started off this meeting by talking about the curse of entrepreneurship, right? And that we keep wanting to work on product because that's our safe space. I mean, Philippa, you're a writer. Of course, that's your safe space, right? As soon as you get uncomfortable, my guess is that you want to go write or create something, right? I want to work on the website, even though that's uncomfortable, right? Or it's different. I can at least do that from the safety of my computer and my home, and there's nobody watching me, right? And if it takes me 3 hours to muck around in here, nobody knows, right? Like I get it. I totally understand it, right? I'm a writer myself. I'm working on my own, you know, writing endeavor. And it calls to me all the time. But the truth of the matter is, none of it matters unless you have an audience to buy. You know, you've all heard me tell the story about that pizza place on White Avenue in Edmonton, right? For those of you who don't know Edmonton, it's in the center part of Alberta. -30 is how cold it is in January. -30. Your eyelashes freeze together, right? But the fact is, at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning on White Avenue near the university, the bar's empty, the club's empty out onto the street where there is snow that's been there since October the 1st. The same damn flakes haven't gone anywhere because it's that freaking cold. And all of these university students, they all pile out, and the ones that haven't found a dance partner to leave the club with are standing outside. They're all hammered. They all don't know what to do. And you want to know what they are? What are you at 1:30 in the morning when you've had a bunch of bevies and you exit out of the pub or the club? What are you? You are what?
Freezing your butt off.
Starving.
You're hungry. That pizza place could have been basically taking frozen pizzas and putting them in their damn ovens, and they would have sold out all the time. Now, they weren't, they had actual pizza, like the pizza was fine. But the fact is, they would do probably 10 grand, Philippa, on a Friday night in slices of $5 pizza. Why? And minus 30, need I repeat, minus 30 degrees and blowing wind. And there's hundreds of us lined up down the damn street. The most powerful thing that you can ever build is a hungry, starving crowd for what it is that you offer. And so, Philippa, I love what you want to do. I think it's amazing. I think you should do it. But I think you should build an audience. You should pre-sell it and write it 18 months from now once you've already sold 500 copies. If I was in your shoes, I'd spend 3, 5, 6 months building up a huge audience of people that all know, love me. They want my stuff. Whatever I pitch at them, they're interested. And they go, by the way, guys, I'm writing this book. This is what it's going to be about. This is everything. I'm going to sell it for $25, but today you can buy it for 10. It'll be ready in 6 months.
Yeah.
Or even a
Sell
Kindle
500
for a buck.
copies like that. Doesn't that make more sense?
Yes. Do like a pre-order on Amazon.
Or wherever, yeah. Right? Like like, and those details will come to fruition when they come to fruition. My point is that we all get wrapped up in trying to build our product and make it great before we launch it. But the truth of the matter is that successful entrepreneurship knows that product requires iteration after iteration after iteration. And the only way to iterate properly is to have a whole bunch of people buy it and tell you what works and what doesn't work, what they love, what they don't love. And never make something that isn't already wanted.
Well, from my point of view, that's what I've wanted to know because, in terms of, the pyramid scheme of finances with, the poorest at the bottom to the top echelons in society. I'm right at the bottom. I want to know how to get to the top. So if I can share that story as I'm actually going through it and I'm doing it myself, whether it be in book form or a vlog. I did think about doing a vlog, a weekly vlog on what I'm doing to push myself forward.
But the people that have done that, Philippa, their vlog is normally 45 to 60 days behind where they are. It's not current.
Right.
Right? Think about it. You're basically building a reality TV show about your journey. Right?
Yeah.
But that reality TV show, the filming started, now, and you don't post it until December. The reason being is you need to always be giving context for how somebody's watching it. Right? So that could be something like a quick 30-second intro that says, hey, everybody, it's December the 8th. I'm posting this. This was my first video from my journey. Right? And I'm posting it for this reason. And then you post December the 15th, the second week. So, like whatever it is. Remember, if you want to do something like that, it's a very powerful marketing asset, but it's a media tool. You're not filming it right then and there and then posting it. For those who know the entertainment industry, you never do that because you don't know what context you want to frame it in quite yet. You're not sure exactly how you want to pitch it quite yet, right? You get the asset built or you're building the asset as you go, and then you know you want to use it, but you have to frame it. Plus, you want 4 or 5 weeks of building up anticipation.
Yeah.
Right? All phenomenal. You guys are packed full of phenomenal ideas, but they don't happen today. You can start building them on some level, but your audience begins being built today. Use content to cash and the concepts to build an audience. That's what it's for. Then you can pitch them whatever you want. If you know that you can get $250,000 views for 500 or $600 a month, right? And you can convert $250,000 views into anywhere between 50 and 150 sales of whatever you're offering, and you can do that like clockwork, then you can take whatever product you want, you guys, whatever product you want, however you want to frame your services or your offers, and you're going to have a built-in audience for how you want to do it, and you're going to know how to build that audience and get them interested. Best thing you can do is practice the art of branding. And that comes from giving, not asking. Branding always comes from giving, not asking. Okay, so let's share some eureka moments or some aha moments from today. And then we got to rock and roll because Gary Glass and I have a one-on-one coaching session we got to jump into. Yeah. So short one. Okay, gotcha. So what were some aha moments, you guys? So real quick here, what was some cool stuff that fell out of today's office hours?
People like embedded video in their emails or SMS or whatever.
Yeah, especially when it's personalized, Gary. They love it.
Building trust.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See people eye to eye.
Yeah, it's one big reason why video is so good. Right? Like Michelle posts these videos, right? She's looking directly at the camera, through the camera, directly to the mom on the other side. Right? She does that enough times. As I said, she's going to walk down the street and people are going to be like, "Hey, that's the lady who helps moms." What else happened? What else popped out, you guys?
The 5-day challenge, doing the 5-day challenge.
Yeah, you like that idea?
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, I need to get myself into action and sign up as a VIP client and delegate stuff to people because, as Bob said, if you don't know how to do something, get somebody else to do it for
Somebody
you.
else to do it for. Yeah, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Gigi, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say about the naturally, that we're naturally creative people, but we can't do it all by ourselves.
Yeah. So here's the thing I want you guys to remember is that being naturally creative is amazing. It's a huge gift. And most people that are naturally creative, they're artists of some type, right? But they don't turn their art into a business. They love to paint, they love to draw, they love to sing, they love to play music, they love to do their thing, but they don't turn it into a business. If you want to turn your art into a business, it requires different skills and different asks, right? How about or Dorinka or Shanna or Michelle? Any last things we want to share before we sign off on today? No?
I just got back into like the hourglass and looking up the content matrix and stuff like that. So that I was just kind of focusing on that a little bit. I'm glad that you brought it up and you walked us through a bit of that. That was good.
Good. Yep. Excellent. Thanks, Shannon.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for being on here with Office Hours. Let's give all the replay watchers a big wave. Thanks for playing today, everybody. And I will be, of course, here in the Facebook chat and everything else throughout the week. Yeah, I think the challenge is a cool idea. Philip, put a draw in some people, so I'd love to do that, and we'll figure out what the pieces are for that. But thank you so much, you guys. Biggest thing, just keep recording, keep posting. You got to get it out there and use all those AI tools to make it easy for yourself, right? And we don't care about how good it looks. It doesn't matter, right? Just flip the camera around and record it. As you can see from my own videos, half the time I'm walking along the beach, right? I'm having my morning walk. I'm just like, I'm going to talk about this. I just flip the camera around. So just do it where you are. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Thanks, Michael.